is going on, guys? DP Driving here, and topic of the day: the gallbladder. Everyone asked me about it, so I said I got to make some kind of informative video about it. It's on the right side, right underneath the liver, and it's actually just an intermediary storage container for biliary juices made by the liver. So the liver makes bile, sends it down a tube for storage to be used on demand when you're eating to digest your fats. And so the problem with it is medically, that's what it does. Holistically, it does a whole bunch of other stuff. Now, with that being said, it's heavily associated and tied into the liver. I mean, it's almost an extension of the liver. And I say it that way because, its sole form and function is just a storage container for the bile that the liver makes. So there's that. A lot of times you get stones in there. A lot of times you get the juices can get all crusted up. It can get stagnated. You can get thickening of the wall in there. And, sometimes the medical people want to pull that sucker out, and justifiably so. I mean, if it's causing you to keel over with abdominal pain, then, there could be some issues medically. Holistically is a whole nother ball of wax. And from a functional point of view, like a functional medicine, holistic point of view, it does, or it's in charge of, or it's responsible for, or it's involved in a whole bunch of other stuff. And that's where the problem lies. It's a heavy allergy organ, heavy reactivity organ. It works with processing your foods with the immune system. And if your immune system doesn't like it, there's going to be some form of dysfunction there. So there's that. It's a heavy hitter and player with hormones, hormonal balance, if you will. It's a key player within the estrogen, progesterone, testosterone triad there. If you have imbalance through some of the myofascial systems and meridian systems, it'll cause imbalance within the hormonal system. So there's another thing there. Of course, it secretes bile. And interestingly enough, it's a tricky one because the gallbladder tube comes down and then it kind of connects into a Y joint or a Y tube with the pancreas ducts. And the pancreas is just right next door to it, across the midline of the abdomen. And that also makes digestive juices for absorption assimilation, namely lipase, which is used to break down the fats also. But the pancreas also kicks out amylase, protease, and all the other ones for proteins, carbs, and monodisaccharides, all that stuff. Maybe I should make a video for pancreas later. But but that Y, I want to call it a Y joint, but that doesn't sound right. Like that Y tubing where the gallbladder and pancreas meet, that aperture can get congested, and then that aperture forms into one tube that goes into the small intestine. So if you have that tube getting all crusty and blocked up and stuff, a very common finding, even on the gallbladder ultrasounds and stuff for medical, assessment, abdominal CTs and all that, you can find gallbladder sludge. It's like a Slurpee. Think of that watery fluid thickening up, freezing up, and now you got to try to kick that sludge out because it's got a different consistency. So, you know, that can be a problem too. The final thing that I'll say about it, just to wrap it up, is holistically, every organ, I guess it kind of stems from traditional Chinese medicine theory. Every organ has a meridian associated with it, and most organs in traditional Chinese medicine are paired. So that liver and gallbladder go together. There's also some confluence or association with the with some other parameters. I guess that would be another video. Let's just stay to the liver, gallbladder. But every organ kind of has emotions that go with it, and by that it just means that those emotions can weaken that organ system, or vice versa. As the organ system is suffering, you can also have some emotional dysregulation, if you will. So it's like a chicken or the egg. I always talk to people about the nervous system being a two-way street. You've got signals from the brain and the spinal cord going out, and then you got signals from the organs and stuff going back in for feedback. So it's like a highway or an expressway, tollway. You know, think of 294, I-88, 290. You got eastbound, you got westbound. It's a two-way street. So you got in and outs. I don't know a lot about electricity, but I bet you there's an in and out on electrical lines. I know for plumbing there's in and out. So just a lot of things that have form and function have in and outs. So anyway, it's a two-way street on that sucker. But so you never know, chicken or the egg on that. But the main emotions for liver gallbladders, like anger, resentment, frustration, stubborn, depressed. Because after a while you become so frustrated, you start to get worn out, you start to get discouraged, and then you start to go down, depressed. So that can emanate from that as well. So I guess that was like a quick little vid on the liver gallbladder. I'm trying to scan in my mind real quick if I missed anything. I mean, you got to take into consideration all of these subject matters have volumes and volumes and tomes of research and literature on these. So these little 5-minute videos don't do it justice. It's more of like a nutshell synopsis, if you like wrap it up, Cliff Notes kind of deal. And sometimes you'll get a little bit of clinical pearls, nuggets there. And I don't have a lot of tips or tricks for that. You really need someone who knows what they're doing with that to help. If you think you have issues with that, find someone who can help you with that. Usually, if there's medical issues, find a medical provider. If there's holistic issues, find a holistic provider, or both, or someone who does both, or whatever. But yeah, so usually if there's stagnation, you know, like a little bit of sluggishness to that, I always recommend a little bit of warm water as a tea with a little bit of lemon squeezed into that. That can help facilitate the flow, open up some of the apertures, and allow for biliary function and to be helped. Let's just put it that way. So hopefully this video helped you guys. As always, if you know anyone who would like this video, feel free to share it. If you like this content, subscribe to the DP Driving channel. And the other thing, everyone keeps asking me, how do they know that I released a video? There's a little bell icon somewhere around there on your screen. If you select that bell, you will then be notified when I release videos. So hit that notification bell if you would. All right, guys, I got to get going. Take care. Bye.